Guys, my lawn has been in a state of utter disrepair for the better part of 2 years, which is all the more frustrating when my neighbors on both sides of me have lawns that look like golf turf. I've tried everything to fix this lawn. I water my lawn every day, sometimes twice a day, and still my lawn looks like crap. But it's time to put an end to that. I've been eyeballing the smart sprinkler system known as the Rachio 3 for a while, and while it's floated around 200 plus in price, it just went on sale for $150 on Amazon, and I pulled the trigger. So let's get into the setup of the Rachio 3 smart sprinkler system. In the box you'll find the controller itself. You'll find a get started manual with simple, easy to read instructions. And I'll say that if you feel overwhelmed by the idea of replacing your old sprinkler controller, this is mega easy and you can do it. And if not, your 6-year-old can do it, probably. It's got a magnetic faceplate as well as jumpers where you can sort of plug in the cables for each of your zones, as well as your common wire. So what I did to make installation a little bit easier on myself is I turned on every zone independently, and I walked my yard to take note of what each zone was, as well as what type of sprinklers that zone has. Because later when you go to set up the app, it's going to need this information to function properly. So of course the first step is to remove the old sprinkler controller. Now when you get access to the control panel like this, take a picture of where your wires are going in, because you can reference that picture later to know which color wire corresponds to which zone when you hook it up to the Rachio 3. Just like that, nice and easy. So it comes with this nice little mounting template so you can pre-drill your holes. I found it's easier just to find where I'm going to put it, put the level against the wall and make the level even, and then push the paper evenly up against the level. Now the screws that the Rachio came with are pretty long. I think they're 2-inch screws, but I felt like that was a little bit aggressive, so I swapped those out for some 1-inch screws using the same anchors, and it worked just as well. Now here's where you're going to want to reference the picture that you took earlier to know where to put each color wire in for each zone. So my sprinkler system has 6 zones, so I'm going to hook up those 6 colored wires just as they were before. And then I've also got a C wire or a common wire, and then an M wire known as a master valve wire. So I'm going to get those plugged in. Now that I've got all the wires plugged in, I'll lastly plug in the power supply, but I'm going to wait to plug it into the wall until the faceplate is back on. now we get into the app, setting up your system and what have you. I'm going to download the Rachio app. These instructions are for iPhone, but I got to assume they're very comparable for Android as well. So I'm going to launch the app. Since I don't have an account already, I'm going to go ahead and click Don't Have Account and go ahead and register, fill out all the demographic information. Note that for anything personally identifiable, I'll blur the screen for that. We've got our account set up, and now the next step is to add our controller. So we're going to hit Add Controller. Here it's get a prompt for your street address, which is convenient in case you have more than one homes, and of course multiple controllers. So here is where you're going to use the camera app to take a picture of the barcode that's on your Rachio. I couldn't get it to go in portrait mode, so I had to reset and flip it over to landscape to get it to actually scan the barcode properly. Now I'll say that the setup here where it connects to your home Wi-Fi took about 2 minutes. I've sped this up to save you the time, but don't be alarmed if it takes a while. So now we've got our Rachio registered, we're going to name it, and then we're going to start adding our different watering zones. So I'm going to start with zone 1, and what it's going to do is it's going to turn on that zone for about a minute, so you can identify what zone that is. And it'll also allow you to take a picture so you can save it in the app and get a quick glance at the app to know which area you want to water. And we can see here zone 1 is watering, so I'm going to go ahead and hit yes, take a picture and save that zone. Now again, I have 6 zones, so I'm going to do this 6 more times, but I'll save you the time. It's rinse and repeat, and we'll move on. So now we have to choose how much we want to water our lawn. There's a full spectrum of cost effectiveness versus likely having a stellar lawn by watering it a ton. I chose Flex Monthly, kind of that middle ground. And here you get to choose which zones you want to water. Now your HOA may not let you water every day, or you may live in a state with watering restrictions, so the app will take that into consideration. The app also has a smart cycle functionality which waters strategically to allow the water to soak before it continues watering again. And lastly, you can tie into smart metrics based on weather, rain and sun, etc. So, if it's going to rain tomorrow, the app will, or rather the controller will probably go ahead and skip watering for that day. And with that, you're basically set. Now I'd say it's time for the best part. Alexa, ask Rachio to water zone 6 for 2 minutes.
Okay, zone number 6 is running for 2 minutes.
Alexa, play Despacito. Got him.
Hell yeah.